Hey, this is Chris Roxas from Roxas Advertising Agency, and it is about 5 in the morning, 4:59, and I'm just about to start my day. Don't usually wake up at this time, but whatever. It's gonna be a long day. So, I'm just gonna make myself a coffee. Today's video is about story structure, and let's get into it. So, there's 4 parts to a good story. So, it's gonna be my older sister's wedding soon, and my parents wanted me to help them write their wedding speeches because we're all going to be giving speeches around the table. And I think that this is a good marketing lesson as well. So, part one, I call this racking the shotgun, and I'll turn around the camera. Oh, it doesn't look like I can. So, you want to rack the shotgun. I'll have a copy of this somewhere. So, there's one sound that will always get attention, and that's when someone racks a shotgun. The point of that is you want to make your intro powerful and to command attention. So I'm not sure how good this intro was. Maybe it was good, maybe it was bad, whatever. I think the racking a shotgun gets the point across. I like to think of racking the shotgun as a headline. So if the headline gets your attention, then I did my job. How do you do this? So you want to tell a story, set the mood, and or make a declaration. So how does any good story start? So I mean, the way I started this video is I just gave a little intro. I was like, hey, this is Chris Roxas, but then you want to set the mood. Maybe it's emotional, maybe it's intellectual. You can do that a lot of ways. Watch a fucking movie. And make a declaration. So you want to say what it stands for. You don't need to do it in that order, but you can do one or all of those things. The point is you want to paint the picture and be descriptive. Good stories have details that make people feel like they were there. So the way I might have done that was with the wedding story. So I have an example here. My name is Ferdy. I'm Sierra's dad. I've been thinking about this day since before she was born. Originally I was thinking, I've been thinking about this day for over 30 years. I always wanted my daughters to have a beautiful wedding, to have a love that's honest, enduring, patient. Those are just some example sentences that I had. I think her fiance. Boyd is ... I first met Boyd. I know Boyd and Sierra will be. When I see Sierra, I see ... It's like I see my hopes and dreams, my little girl. Part 2. So I did a 4-part story structure. So you can go 3 parts, like a 3-act play type of thing. You can go with like an 11-part structure, whatever, the hero's journey. I went with a 4-part structure just because it's very simple. Part 2 I call raw emotion. You want to be honest, describe what you feel, think, and believe, and maybe impart some wisdom. Don't worry about being perfect. You don't need any extra pressure. Just say something meaningful to you. And if you can describe your own words and if you can describe your own emotions and thoughts as they happen, it will bring other people into the moment. So you've probably seen other good storytellers. This video, by the way, is not necessarily a story in itself. It's more of an instructional. If I'm telling a story, then I wouldn't go into like the backstory and the narrative and all this bullshit. But you'll notice, like, if you watch Deadpool 2 or something, they go really into the emotions and thoughts that Ryan Reynolds' character Deadpool is feeling, and the conflicts that he has, and like the multiple sub stories that are happening, and the conflicts. And I think it's a good example because I think the way Deadpool 2 is structured over maybe Disenchantment by Matt Groening or other shows. Ozark, by the way, a lot of great storylines in there. The point is, it goes into detail of how individual characters see the world and what they value, and how their stories collide with other people's stories. And I think that adds a lot of drama and depth into stories, and I think that's something that you should add to anything that you do. Part 3, parting words. Give some wisdom, wish them luck, tell a joke, give them money, make a toast, whatever you want. And you could even threaten them jokingly if you feel like it. So we've all been through the situation where at the end of the speech it's like, if you go after my daughter, da, 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 like that type of thing, like that type of joke. Or like, and to the lovely couple, raise a glass. So you just want to sort of bring the loop to a conclusion. Like if you think of it as a sort of a circle, or maybe like a figure 8, you can close that loop, but and then that would be the end of the story. But the fourth part is where the real interesting part happens, and it's what makes a good story really good. Unless you're really trying to just bring things to a conclusion, but this is if you're trying to re-spark the tension. So part 4, which is optional in this one, is the cliffhanger. So you can mark the beginning of a new adventure. Think of movies and TV shows. They always bring up the story to a conclusion. No, they always bring the story to a conclusion, then start it up again. So this one is very simple, at least for the wedding toast. You can say, to Boyd and Sierra, this marks the beginning of a new adventure. We look forward to all the laughs and the children, whatever. Off to the United States, because that's where she's getting married, and I live in Canada. Well, we all live in Canada. But yeah, marrying an American, so she's going to live in the States. And so that's a new adventure in and of itself, as well as marriage. So, hope you found the 4-part story structure useful. I'm personally going to start using this story structure more. I think that my other ones were maybe a little bit more convoluted. And there are a lot of story structures. You can go into copywriting structures. You can go into actual story structures. I think that the story structure is powerful for brand stories, and I think it's powerful for just like personal vlogs, just to keep in mind as a little template. This one's a little bit more casual, just describing exact how-to. There's no real structure to this one, so you can do it like that. Whatever you decide to do, just make sure that's easy for you to do, and that you can pump out videos relatively consistently, because consistency is a big factor in your success. So this is Chris Roxas of Roxas Advertising Agency, and if you want to download the template, then I'll leave a link in the description below. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment if you want me to talk more about this, or if you have any feedback. And hopefully in the future you see me with a 4K camera. I'm going to be getting one either this evening or sometime tomorrow. I'll see when the seller's available, so you'll see me in beautiful 4K HD, and if you don't load up that quality of video, then just 1080p it. You'll be good. Okay. Talk to you soon. Like and subscribe below. Links in the description. Take care.